Hello everyone, and welcome to the session of Selenium. Today we will have introduction to the Selenium. In today's session we will talk about what is Selenium, what are the features of the Selenium, and what is the evaluation of Selenium. Selenium is used to automate web browser. Primarily Selenium is for automating web application in functional testing. But it is not just limited to that. We can also perform some boring web-based administration tasks into automation. Selenium is open source and Selenium is available as tool or library, so that means Selenium comes in the form of tool as well as the library. Now in short we will be seeing what are the tool and what are the libraries, but for time being you just understand Selenium is not just a tool, but library also. To get started with Selenium, we have majorly three components in Selenium. So the three components are Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid, and Selenium IDE. Now if you ask me from these three components, what are tools and what are libraries? Tool is IDE, where you can see symbol like a video, symbol like recording, and do some playback. So this is a tool where we can perform some record and playback for quick test or to perform some exploratory testing is more useful. But whereas to have complete test automation for my application, I need to use libraries like Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid. Now before we move into each component, we will see evolution of Selenium. Like when it was started and now where we are today. Let's have a look to this picture. It is look like step diagram where you can see Selenium 1, 2, 3, 4. What is this all about? It's nothing but versions we have in Selenium. Like Selenium 1, when it was initially introduced in the year 2006 by a person called Jason Huggins. Later on, it was being evolved to different libraries like WebDriver, Grid, and then we have IDE coming up into the picture. There was some limitations in Selenium tool. Like the communication between the application under test and the script written by testers was not that faster, and then type of architecture was little bit complicated. Where we need to start the server every time to execute the scripts, so all some of the pitfalls what we had in Selenium tool was overcome in Selenium 3. And if you see now in Selenium 3 we have Selenium WebDriver and Grid. In Selenium 3 the Chrome driver extends directly to the remote WebDriver class, but now in Selenium 4 Chrome driver class extends to Chromium driver. The Chromium driver class has some predefined methods to access the dev tool. Also Selenium 4 version includes Selenium WebDriver, IDE coming back with new look and feel, and then followed by Grid. I want to give a small note to you, just to give a brief introduction about the Selenium RC, WebDriver, and other components. So Selenium RC or remote control, it was an initial project, which was given by Selenium team, and it was for long time in market before WebDriver has come into the market. And later on so many pitfalls. The requirement was keep changing, so to fulfill all those requirements, in support project teams, a new library called WebDriver has been released to the market under Selenium project. And then later it was merged into Selenium tool, then over period of time WebDriver become the successor of Selenium RC. And thereby slowly project starts ignoring RC and making use more of WebDriver. Now if you see in Selenium 3 or 4 it is more about Selenium WebDriver, only we don't see any RC. But in Selenium 4 we can see again IDE come into new shape and new avatar. Now let's move toward the features of the Selenium. We are going to talk about 4 categories. First is a platform. Selenium supports Windows, Linux, and Mac. Selenium has a great support, and it will work as it is on all the platforms. Moving on to browsers. Selenium supports execution of test scripts in different browsers. It's a very great feature. It supports Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Firefox, Safari, Opera, and headless browsers. Now talking about scripting languages. Selenium supports Java, Python, C#, JavaScript, Ruby, Kotlin. And also we have greater advantages in mobile devices. It supports iOS, Android, and Windows. Today we learned: what is Selenium? Evaluation of Selenium. And the features of Selenium. Thank you for watching. And subscribe for the more updates related to Selenium.